Let's continue with our coverage. The battle for Gauteng's metro municipalities has never been fiercer. Political parties are bracing themselves for coalition talks, and the smaller parties can expect to be courted as they emerge as possible kingmakers in this election. Let me go live now to eNCA's Masego Rahlaga, who is tracking that for us from the metro of Ekurhuleni, where we already project Masego as eNCA that no party will gain an outright majority.
That's true, Tilas. I mean, if you look at the numbers for the metros that are situated in this province, it's quite, it's quite interesting. Here and there, you see certain political parties that were never even part of the top three, surpassing and actually making, making it to the top three. But I do have the mayoral candidate for this particular city of Ekurhuleni. He is here with me. I just want to ask him, obviously, in terms of Action SA. Thank you very much, Ntate, for your time. Just first of all, Action SA, obviously, in Johannesburg is seemingly surprising a lot of people, although we can see that the vote, the counting is still continuing. How is your leader, Herman Mashaba, feeling about how far it's come in terms of the Joburg Metro?
Well, he mentioned this morning that he's quite happy and confident, and more so that Johannesburg can do nothing or can go nowhere without him being part of the processes. In a way, he might have to become one of the kingmakers. So he's happy, and I think ourselves as Action SA members, we also are happy for a new party for that matter, because people have been making noise and talking about us being a small party. We are not. We just are a new party, but we already started to give them the run for their money. Even in Ekurhuleni, I'm sure you will start seeing the significant growth of numbers as we go throughout this day.
Talking about Ekurhuleni specifically, are you disappointed at all that Action SA is not forming part of the top three like it is in Johannesburg? Well,
it's still early hours. To be quite honest with you, I can say wait until tonight. We will shock South Africans, we will shock people of Ekurhuleni, especially what is deemed your big parties in here, because we are confident, we have done the groundwork. We know that the masses came out in their numbers yesterday and they voted for Action SA. So we do not want to be deceived by these preliminary results. Come end of this all, we will certainly be top three.
Tell me, who is Action SA willing to get into bed with? I mean, the Gauteng metros, it seems a lot of them will be hung and it will have to be a coalition. Who are you willing to get into bed with? Who are you not? Would you agree to a coalition with the ANC or DA?
Well, I think our president have pronounced, Action SA have pronounced to say we are ready and willing to engage each and every party in Ekurhuleni, each and every party in Johannesburg, just not the African National Congress. That has been the marching orders, and that will remain as it is as we go.
Why not the African National Congress?
Well, we are where we are 27 years later in this mess because they are the ones who presided over it. And as a result, you can't sort out the problem with a problem. You got to do away with it, then you bring about a solution. Otherwise, you will just be doing nothing literally.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Well, that is Action SA's mayoral candidate for the city of Ekurhuleni. Tilas, I don't get to say this often, but I just wanted to say step into my office. I've been given access to this particular office here to be able to try and give you the numbers. I hope the computer didn't lock because we were out for so long. Unfortunately, the computer did lock Tilasiza. But for instance, if you look at the city of Johannesburg...
Go ahead and unlock it. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead and unlock it.
Should I unlock it very quickly?
Absolutely, while we talk about the performance of Action South Africa. So far, I mean, for instance, in the city of Joburg, I was listening to that conversation that you were having there with the mayoral candidate for Action SA in Ekurhuleni, and you were juxtaposing with their performance in the city of Joburg. And the reason you were doing that is that they were at about 19% of the vote at the last update from the IEC, and that's for the city of Joburg. And this, for a new party, is nothing too shabby at all. But, and it's a big but, there's still a long way to go. We'll have to see if that trend continues. Yeah, so go ahead, show me what you want to show me from your computer there.
Well, absolutely, Tilasize. I mean, look at the metro of, look at the province of Gauteng. Green almost everywhere, of course, because we can see that the ANC seems to be retaining that province, currently at 36.5%, followed by the DA with 31%. And of course the EFF with 12.6%. Counting there is at 24% completion. But let's get into the city of Tshwane, the biggest metro in this province. And, you know, so far, I mean, remember the president of the ANC was campaigning a lot in the city of Tshwane, and a lot of people there would say that they don't even know who their mayor would be if they had to cast a ballot for the ANC in that particular metro. Would it be Kgosi Mayepa? They've been asking that question. But the DA really at 40.49% after 10% of the voting was counted, followed by the ANC at 28%. So the DA is almost at double what the ANC is at. But here's the surprise, Tilasize. The FF Plus at 10.5% so far. Obviously, counting is still continuing, but so far they are the third biggest party in the city of Tshwane, surpassing the EFF. And if you look there, it's so close that the FF Plus is at 10.5% and the EFF is at 9.1%, and they keep swapping out each other in terms of that particular metro. Now, if we come back to the city of Ekurhuleni, which is where we are, the result center for Gauteng is in this particular city. The ANC is ahead of the parties with 37.5%, and it's quite a big margin if you look at the DA, which follows at 29%, and the EFF, of course, at 13.8%. The EFF getting 45,000 votes, while the DA is at 94,000 and the ANC at 121. That's 29% complete. And of course, the DA is trying to retain this. I remember the president campaigning in the city of Ekurhuleni at some point, saying that Mzwandile Masina is actually a mayor that's been performing quite well there. So let's see if the people of Ekurhuleni actually agree with the president about Mzwandile Masina. And of course, lastly, the city of Johannesburg. I think a lot of people are interested in this particular metro. 15% only that has been completed in terms of the counting. The ANC at 32.3%, but the DA is so close to us. And I understand the predictions from your Jan Rubert and other organizations that have been predicting that the city of Johannesburg will probably be, one of those it will be a hung metro, because look how close the DA is to the ANC at 28%. At some point, actually, in the city of Ekurhuleni, the DA was first and the ANC surpassed them. So we could be surprised. But of course, that new kid on the block, 17.4% for Action SA, surpassing the EFF at a very big number, at a very big margin. The EFF follows with 10.4%, but this is only 15% completed, so we could be surprised. But really, I think the Action SA is quietly celebrating what they're getting in the city of Johannesburg. It seems the residents in that city are agreeing with their slogan. If you look at their billboards, where they have Herman Mashaba's face, they'll say, "Bring back Mashaba." That's what the billboards say. And so far, the people in the city of Johannesburg are seemingly agreeing to that.
All right, Masego Rahlaga, thank you for that picture, comprehensive picture of what has been transpiring in the various metros that are up in the air and at play here in Gauteng.